I think the phenomenon of activists is just going to get more common. I think it's a growth industry basically. And I think the best thing you can do is think like an activist. Every year, a company usually goes about rethinking its strategy. I think one very useful perspective to take is an outside perspective and say, if I were an activist, how would I view us? And particularly, how would I look at our share price today? How is it performed compared to peers? How are my other performance metrics, my cost structure, my revenues, my growth, my expansion? How does that stack up compared to my peers? And if it's not stacking up favorably, why not? And how would an investor think about it? Am I underperforming in some important way, particularly my share price? And for how long has that been? And if I have been underperforming, what am I really doing to address it? And am I doing it fast enough? Am I doing it aggressively enough? Am I pulling all the levers that I have? Or am I doing it a bit more incrementally, thinking that I think we're doing the right things and over the next couple of years things will change? That may be not fast enough and may not even be effective enough. I think when an activist knocks on the door, the right response is, let's come in and have a chat, and a pretty open chat. The first thing is not to panic. It's to hear them out and to understand the analysis they've done. Activists will usually give you some time. I would take their hypothesis. I'd analyze it. I'd be completely neutral. I'd be completely open-minded. And if you prove part of it right, I think you go back to the activist and say, there's parts of what you said that we agree with, and we're prepared to do some things differently, and we'll share that with you. There are some things we don't agree with, and we'd like to share that with you too. I think you'll get a hearing. It doesn't mean you'll always agree. I think if you approach them like that, and I think more and more management teams are beginning to approach them in that spirit, I think you have a fighting chance to actually create value for everybody.